everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Miss Mark and we're doing kind of a more vlog style video, sorta. So I had this one weekend recently where I just really wanted to focus on making comics. So what I did was get out my box set of Ghibli movies, and I just gave myself permission to watch Ghibli and pencil comic pages for the whole weekend, pretty much. It was awesome. I started off with Spirited Away, which I think is probably my favorite one. It's tied with Howl's Moving Castle. So I started off with Spirited Away and actually did some stuff off camera a little bit, just doing some stuff on my iPad for fun. And then after that, I kind of locked in with Princess Mononoke to start penciling comic pages. So I hadn't intended to spend most of my weekend doing this, but it felt so good, and I was kind of like, you know what? This is what weekends are for. This is what they are for. It's for movies and comics, okay? And doggies, and cute little doggies, of course. So the pages that I'm working on in this video, these are from my webcomic, Dazer and Eleanor, which is free to read over on Webtoons. This is from season 2 of episode 5. This might be my longest episode yet, and I'm a little daunted. I am intimidated by my own roughed out thumbnails. Typically, I keep my episodes to like 30 panels or less. And this one I think is at 45, maybe 46, something like that. So it's like 12 pages instead of 8. And I just couldn't help it because I feel like this scene technically is like one conversation between the characters, and it felt really important. And I just liked the script the way it was. So normally I'm pretty strict. I am pretty rigid. That's the word I'm looking for. I am pretty rigid about keeping it to around 30 panels just because of how long it takes to draw and ink and color and edit and all that stuff. But with this one, I just felt like I couldn't cut out anything. It just felt like it would be weird to have this conversation. It's sort of an important one. It just felt like it would be weird to abbreviate it and have it just be a real quick moment. I wanted it to feel like this conversation has some weight. So it is a long episode, which is why I kind of wanted to push myself on this weekend to get a good jump into the pages. This is the first 4 pages that I did. Because with a long episode like this, sometimes what I tend to do is just kind of drag my feet and procrastinate, and then it just takes even longer. So hopefully this weekend was a good jump start, and it built some speed. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Like afterwards, I didn't feel burnt out or anything, so shout out to Studio Ghibli for keeping my mental capacity in a good place, I guess. The other thing, besides the entertainment value of Studio Ghibli movies, because they're amazing, the other thing that I actually sort of accidentally fell into by watching these DVDs, I was just watching them, my DVD collection here, is I kind of noticed how it was nice to have it playing while I worked, and there's no ads. There's no ads whatsoever, and for whatever reason, I feel like in the recent weeks, I have just been feeling really sensitive to how often things are marketed towards me. Like almost all of my entertainment is punctuated by some kind of marketing message. And for some reason, recently, it's just become more and more jarring. And my tolerance for just accepting ads and commercials has been dwindling. I am slowly getting to the point where I'm like, ugh, an ad, gross, no, stop. So I didn't put in these DVDs with the intention of watching something ad-free, but it was such a breath of fresh air to just have something playing that is just art, without being just cut open, cut in half by someone trying to make me buy something. Because, when you watch ads, this is what I think is getting to me. When you watch ads, a lot of the time it's for stuff that you're saying no to because it doesn't apply to you or you don't want to spend the money or whatever. Just a lot of the ads that we see, we don't act on. We don't act on all of them. So what I think I'm sort of like developing a sensitivity to or like a fixation on is every time an ad pops up and tells me that I need something or I should have something or I deserve something or whatever, my brain has to go through, like on a subconscious level, has to go through the step of saying no to that ad. And it's immediate, I don't need that medication or prescription or that special equipment or technology or whatever. But my mind does have to go through the step of, what is it? Do I need it? No, I don't need it. And I just kind of realized, I was like, wow, so that means if my brain is doing that, even subconsciously, every time I see an ad, that's a lot of like subconscious power going to making rapid fire decisions about, resisting something. And it's so minor, it seems like it shouldn't cause that much friction, but I feel like I notice it once I have like this weekend that we're watching here. It was like almost an ad-free weekend because I just played with my dog in between, on my breaks in between watching Ghibli and drawing. And I suddenly realized, I was like, whoa, I think I went 2 full days with like no ads. Nothing from the outside world was able to interrupt what I was doing. And now it's becoming like a goal. It's starting to like sink in where I'm like, oh, let's never watch ads again. I don't know if I can do that, but it was really refreshing. And of course it's Ghibli, so it just felt like a real high quality entertainment and art consumption, it just felt good. And then every 40 minutes to an hour, I would take a break to pause the movie, go play with my dog. And just all in all, I felt like it was a really good weekend for my brain. It was good art production, good art consumption, with little intervals of quality dog time. So anyway, Saturday I watched Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke, and I got, I think, 2 pages done. And then what kind of surprised me is Sunday I woke up and was like, is there any rule against me doing it again? And there wasn't. So guess what we did on Sunday? On Sunday, we started off the day with My Neighbor Totoro, which, okay, by start off the day, this was not early in the morning. I slept in a little bit, had breakfast, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this wasn't like first thing in the morning, but even if it was, that sounds kind of awesome. So maybe next weekend. Jumped in with page 3 of episode 2 of season 5. I was feeling pretty excited to just kind of keep on going. I feel like sometimes when art is your side thing, you can kind of get into a flow, but it gets interrupted by your day life, your day job, your whatever. So it was kind of nice to have 2 days in a row where I was just able to fully dive in to the artistic inspiration and just run with it, because those days are far and few between. But I was like, is this gonna be my new weekend tradition, is to just pick a bunch of movies on DVD and just draw and watch movies? Because that sounds honestly amazing. I feel like the one thing that makes me think I can't do that is that seems kind of indulgent to like watch movies all weekend and draw. But so maybe not every weekend, not all weekend every weekend, but I don't know, it felt pretty productive. And I felt just really, you know, when you talk about like the metaphor of like filling your cup so that you can give to others, this weekend felt like a big old cup refill. And I don't know, I'm just, you know, can I keep doing it? I guess what we'll have to do is experiment and see how many weekends in a row I can watch Ghibli movies and draw comics, and we'll see how it goes. I think we need to try it out a few more times. I wanted to real quick mention these transparency sheets that I'm using here. You can see that like perspective grid. I think I got these on Amazon, and they're kind of amazing. It's just a bunch of transparency sheets that have some basic like perspective guides on them. And I use them because my life is too short for me to be actually figuring out perspective, so I cheat. I 100% cheat with these perspective transparency grid sheets things. So, is it cheating? I don't know. You decide. Tell me in the comments below if you think I'm cheater. If I'm a cheater. I'm gonna keep doing it, but you can let me know down below if you think I'm cheating. Okay, so starting the last panel of the third page here. Honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend this. In case you couldn't tell, the routine of watching Ghibli and drawing comics, in fact, does fuel my very soul, so highly recommend. So for my final video of my little Ghibli marathon, I went ahead and picked Ponyo, which I think I've only seen once. And of all the Ghibli movies I've watched, I think I've only watched Ponyo once that I recall. And the first time I watched it, I did watch it in English, which I did for a lot of the Ghibli movies, but I'm watching them all in Japanese now, and also eating Chips Ahoy because we were just going all out on the vibes for this Sunday. Junk food, movie, comics, dogs, all the best things for sure. I'm using this perspective guide again. You guys can kind of see how I use it to lay out the basics of a background. I do think it's cheating, and I don't think it's very good for any kind of more dynamic perspective, but also I think it's acceptable, and sometimes that's what you do in comics. Comics has a surprising amount of corner cutting because of the sheer volume of how much drawing you have to do. And I am slightly defensive about when I cut corners. Part of it's because, you know, thanks to the internet, I can watch a bunch of artists who all do perspective and backgrounds better than me, so I feel a little insecure about it. And then I also watch artists who are much more careful about actually knowing how perspective works, so then I feel insecure about that. But also, in the heart of it, in the actual act of drawing the comic page, I kind of know what I'm willing, you know, what hills I'm willing to die on, and perspective is not one of those hills. I'm not willing to die on the hill of doing a good job at impressive perspective. Maybe I'll get there someday as an artist, or maybe my comics will just be known for generic perspective in the background. Everybody likes my characters the most anyways, compared to like my background, so let's just keep drawing these fabulous eyebrows on my characters like you're seeing here, and nobody will even notice the boring background. So that's one of my tips, is design characters that are interesting to look at so that nobody notices all the things you don't know how to draw. Pro tip. Alrighty, we are approaching the end of the video, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope this kind of vlog style was fun and enjoyable for you guys to watch. I haven't done one in a while, so felt a little rusty, but I think it came out okay. It helped that I just filmed drawings in Ghibli. Kept it pretty simple, and I think it really worked. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you did make it all the way to the end, could you leave in the comments below your favorite Ghibli movie, if you have seen them. If you have not seen any Ghibli movies, you should do that. Don't even leave a comment. Just stop what you're doing and go watch some Ghibli movies. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching me and supporting me. Don't forget to like, and I will see you in a future video. Bye.